Hello and welcome to the Travel Computer channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my A-level sixth form experience, and I've already done one previously, but that was months ago and a lot has gone on, a lot has happened. Testing class, assessments, more homeworks, I've learnt more. I'm studying A-level psychology, A-level sociology and A-level geography. I'm really enjoying them. Really hard. I mean, most A-levels are hard, so it's kind of like unexpected. I think the one for me that's the hardest is geography. Like, with psychology and sociology, I'm not saying you can guess, but you can kind of have an idea of what it is. So like definitions, so like reliability or validity, you can kind of have an attempt at what these definitions are. With geography, like, you even know what you don't, and that's what separates geography being a facilitating subject, so a subject that's considered hard to universities, and then sociology, psychology, which are just kind of, you know, standard, I guess, A-levels, which in my eyes, majority of A-levels are hard. I mean, there's a few which can be argued, but to me they're really difficult. You know, there's so much knowledge to remember, so many dates, so many sociologists, psychologists, case studies for geography. I mean, it really is a lot, and if you're not suitable for A-levels, then like, if you feel like you're not going to be on top of it, if you can't remember a lot of information, and you get stressed very easily, then it's not for you. Like, I get stressed easily, but I still do it. You know, I forget that and I just focus on the work and I try and get it done. Sixth form is great. I mean, of course, I go to sixth form in a school, so it isn't. So it isn't. You know, like, you're still treated like a kid in a way. Even though I'm 18 and I'm an adult, you're still treated like a kid in certain ways. For example, like, the school has certain rules, like you can't leave at lunch if you don't have a lesson next. Like, you have to stay in for the whole day, which is kind of fair enough because you don't get into bad habits. And like how they deal with you being late, and just you still get detention, so it's not much different to like GCSE, to school, to high school. But of course you do have free periods, which is fantastic. I have at least one free period a day. Thursday I have 2. My lessons are 100 minutes long. I have 3 100-minute lessons, so I have 100-minute free Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and 200 minutes of frees Thursday. So that means I have 600 minutes of frees, and I think 900 minutes, 9 lessons. So it's quite good. Like, I don't do much work at home, but I do have a lot of frees, you know, and form times where I just kind of look over my notes, and obviously lessons where I learn stuff. So it kind of allows me not to do much work at home, which is fantastic. I definitely recommend doing free if you can. I mean, if you need the 4 subjects, so for example, you want to get into medicine and you need biology, chemistry, physics and maths or something like that, I don't know if that's right, and you need them, then that's fine. But if you're just kind of doing a 4th one for the sake of, like, just to fill my timetable, you know, like, you need the 3, but the 4th one's is kind of like an additional. Don't do it. Stick to the 3. Universities only ask for 3. Like, it looks better to get 3 Bs than 4 Cs, you know, comparing that, because some people think, oh, it's only one more subject, you know, I did 10 at GCSE or 11 or 12, and it's not the same. Like, A-levels, like, your 3 A-level subjects are like the same as all your GCSEs, like the same workload. So doing the 3 versus the 4 is so much different. For me, I have 2 teachers per subject, so I have 6 teachers. Oh, well, I technically have 5 teachers, but one teacher teaches me for 2 subjects, so it's 5 technically, and I find that really good, like, because they teach different units, different topics, so it's kind of like you can dip into different topics. Like, you might not find geography, say coasts, very interesting, which I'm not, but then the other teacher, we're learning about globalization, which I find okay. So it's human, whereas the coast is physical, which I'm not very good at physical. That's something also to remember, is that just because you enjoy it at GCSE doesn't necessarily mean you will enjoy it at A-level. So definitely take that into consideration. I mean, for me, psychology and sociology, I have never learnt that in my life. GCSE, you know, lower years, high school, no, never learnt that. So I had to learn from the basics, because you can study them 2 subjects at GCSE, but I didn't have the option to learn them at GCSE. So I had to learn it from scratch. I read up on it, you know, looked at past papers before I studied it, the types of questions, the types of topics, and it really, you know, interested me. And right now I'm considering taking both of them at university, studying them at university. So, I mean, geography, that's the only subject, and obviously business, that I studied at GCSE, and I enjoyed it. and you know, it was all good. But yeah, it's a step up. Like GCSE, like it's more fun, you know, where A level is just more, you have to get notes down, you have to just get all the information down, and it may not necessarily be fun, and they can't really teach you in a fun way, because you just have to know it. So yeah, there's a lot of note taking, which prepares you for university, because obviously you have lectures. That's definitely something to consider as well. Like if you're not good at taking notes, then maybe A levels aren't for you. Or what you could do, which my school do, is a mix of A levels and BTECs. So that is something to consider as well. You know, just to have like a kind of, this is gonna sound bad, but like a break subject. So you have, say, A level biology and A level law, but then you do BTEC business studies. So it kind of breaks up, you know, the two hard, full-on subjects to have BTEC and to fall back on as well. Yeah, my school's quite good. You can either do 4 A levels or a mixture of A levels and BTECs. So 4 courses, 3 A levels or a mixture of 3 courses, or 3 courses or a mixture. And then I think it's 2 BTECs and resits, and then like one below that is like just 1 BTEC. So I'm doing pathway 3, which is 3 A levels. I'm so glad, honestly, so glad I chose 3 A levels, because I don't think I could have dealt with 4. Yeah, your teachers will tell you at the start how hard A levels are. They will bang on for like literally like the first month, because your first month, for me anyway, is like kind of like your report month. Like you are constantly being monitored to see if like the subject you chose are for you, if you're behaving well, if you're attending, if you're late, you know, all of these sorts of things. And then after the month, they decide, you know, if you can stay on, if you can do them subjects. Well, they can't actually kick you out, but they can advise you. I mean, obviously, if you're really naughty, then they can kick you out. I think there's a lot of stigma around BTEC, regardless if you take a BTEC alone by itself at college, or a mixture of BTECs and A levels. And I really don't know why. I mean, I think it's because A levels are equivalent to BTECs are equivalent, like the grades you get are equivalent to A levels. So for example, if you get 3 distinction stars, that's equivalent to 3 A stars at A level. And I think that's very like controversial, because obviously that's very kind of like spoken about, because people don't feel like doing a 1 BTEC, one course can equal 3 A level subjects which you've revised for, you've done coursework, you've done exams, you've done loads of homework, you've done loads of preparation, you've done loads of revision, and then they get just coursework or maybe a few exams, because they've introduced exams now. I think that's that. But I don't think many people know that 95% of universities so far, I'm not sure if it's gone up, because this is what the last time I heard, like maybe a few months ago, 95% of universities in the UK accept a B. The 5% are probably top universities like Cambridge. I think Oxford, could be wrong, but I swear Oxford do accept a mixture. I don't think they accept it by itself, but a mixture of A levels and BTECs Oxford accept, because schools and colleges, universities are recognising the fact that BTECs do require work, you know. But please be careful with the subjects you choose. Don't just take subjects because, like, I really like biology, but like I don't think chemistry would be that bad. Let's try it. I mean, to be fair, like the first month you can try like your subjects, but to be fair, the school do not want you to be like, okay, I'm gonna do these 3 A levels. Actually, I don't like any of them 3. I'm gonna drop them all. Do new 3 subjects. Be really clever. Be like smart with choosing. Don't just pick subjects because your friends are studying them. Don't just choose subjects because, oh, they're alright. Like, I need a subject to fill my timetable. I'll just pick that one. Be smart. Think ahead. Be like, okay, so I'm going to study this for 2 years. I'm going to have lots of exams, a handful of exams at the end of the 2 years to take. I need to be smart. Like, I'm literally going to spend so many hours a week studying this. You know, will I put the work in? Will I be able to cope? Do I enjoy it? Have I studied it? So please be careful. Have a good think about it. And if not, then trial it out and see. I hope you found this video useful in some way. Please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you.